Millions of Americans will soon need to make payments on their student loans for the first time in more than 3 years. The payment pause, which had been sparked by economic worries from the pandemic, will end in a few months. Interest on federal loans will resume on September 1st. A month after that, more than 40 million borrowers will have to start writing checks again. Restarting payments will have an effect on the economy as people start to pay bills they've been able to ignore since 2020. Samir Gadkaree joins me now. He's president of the Institute for College Access and Success. Samir, what will be the effect of changing this payment pause on student borrowers?
Well, John, for the 40 million Americans who have student loan debt, they're going to need to resume making payments. And we know that there are many people who struggle with student loan debt and making student payments alongside housing, food, childcare, and the many other expenses that they have. And so we know that that's going to be a hardship for some of those borrowers.
And 3 years of behavioral change is hard to kind of reverse all of a sudden. Is there going to be any grace period or acclimation for those who've been spending that money every month on other things?
Well, John, one of the things that it's important to remember is that early in the pandemic, the Trump administration started the payment pause and the Biden administration continued it in reflection of the many challenges that people have been facing. Over the last couple of years, the administration put in place relief programs designed to help the student loan payment systems start and go more smoothly. So there are going to be programs including income-driven repayment and Fresh Start that millions of borrowers can avail themselves of if they take steps now to help them as the payments resume.
So what steps do they need to take? And also, are there different tranches to where assistance is available based on income or other aspects?
Absolutely. So as borrowers prepare for that payment resumption that's happening in the fall, the best thing they can do is go to the Department of Education's website, to Federal Student Aid, and get in touch with their servicer now. The two programs that I just mentioned, income-driven repayment is a program where students and borrowers who make more pay more. But for those who have student loan debt, including the third of people who we know have debt but don't have, unfortunately, a degree, we have this program where they may owe as little as $0 a month if they sign up. And so income-driven repayment is one program that's worth looking at. There's also a program the Biden administration put in place called Fresh Start. And for the millions of borrowers who were in default on their student loans prior to the pandemic, this offers them a chance to return to good standing on their student loans and prepare to make payments again.
And what does it mean? Getting back in good standing just means creating a new payment schedule, or is there a big lump sum payment, or what does it mean becoming back in good standing?
Yeah, so what it means is that they have a fresh start. They're out of default, and they can enroll in income-driven repayment if they face hardship, and again, may owe as little as $0 a month on their student loans and can earn those months towards forgiveness.
And Samir, help me understand how this runs into or doesn't a coming Supreme Court decision.
Yeah, so the Biden administration's one-time debt relief program offered that relief of $10,000 or $20,000 for former Pell recipients that I know you'd highlighted. And for those folks, 16 million of whom were provisionally accepted by the department for debt relief, I know that they and my organization, the Institute for College Access and Success, are waiting to see what the Supreme Court is about to do in its ruling on the debt relief. We are going to advocate we urge policymakers to make sure that those 16 million Americans are not harmed as this case comes to its conclusion.
Right. Samir Gadkaree, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.